Hey everyone, it's Laura here from Y Safeguarding, formerly the National Safeguarding Unit, and I'm joined by Phil to talk about values and behaviours, which is part of the culture section of the National Safeguarding Guidance. So Phil, can you just quickly tell us a bit about what are values and behaviours? What does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the safeguarding space, it really is important that we get people who have the right values. So lots of people can do the job, but actually we need people who are really aligned with the WISE values. And by getting people who are aligned with our values, it means we're more likely to have people who want to take the responsibility to look after children, but also have the cultural approach to supporting children and young people to feel safe and be safe. So values really is a fundamental piece. And what that generally looks like is you'll have a value, which might be, say, for example, heroic or honest is the value, but what does that look like as a behaviour? So the behaviour is the action which we take to translate that value. So what we see at the Y is we really want people who have got great values, which are align with ours, but in terms of behaviours, what that might mean is that they are types of people who stand up for children and young people, who make reports if they're concerned about a child or a young person's safety or welfare, or other behaviours, again, challenging other members of staff. So if you see someone behaving inappropriately, having that behaviour to ensure they challenge other members of staff too.
And it's really part of that cultural piece, isn't it? Which makes sense why it's under the cultural part of our framework. And part of this section is we also have safe behaviours here at the Y as well, which are part of every member Y's code or standard of conduct as well. Can you just explain what safe behaviours are and what that means, especially for our frontline people who are working with children and young people?
Yeah, so you'll probably find, like Laura said, in your code of behaviours or code of conduct, these safe behaviours. And the safe behaviours really are around how you should treat children and young people and how you basically should behave with children and young people. The reason we have these is because we create consistency around what behaviour we expect, but we're also really clear then to children and young people around what they should expect from us. So what you'll usually see, and you hopefully see some posters around this, or you might have it signed up in your own Ys, is some of the safe behaviours posters which are there. They are available in the National Safeguarding Guidance, and there are different versions as well for different age groups. So with the behaviours, what we're looking at in terms of children and young people is that we want to make sure that kids know exactly what to expect from us. So you can do that by sitting down with them and talking them through the poster, or you might do some form of creative exercise. So if you're in early years or an out of school hours care, you could do a competition, an arts competition around it. If you're in sport, you again might do an activity in basketball, for example, of throw the ball and is this behaviour acceptable or unacceptable, and you could throw it into an unacceptable basket or an acceptable basket. So it's teaching kids what's expected of them, but also absolutely teaching other people around what's expected of their behaviour as well.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's really cool. Is there any other, tips and tricks that you can think for Y people in regards to values and behaviours, or how to implement this, or anything else final to say? So
we'll talk about it, you'll see in the different section, the education section, but there is a training called the Safe Behaviours Training, which has been developed by Y Safeguarding, and it's available to all Y people. And that teaches you around what these behaviours are, and it also gives you practical examples about how you can challenge people who may be just stepping beyond those behaviours. So that's some great advice.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Laura.